Now, as you know, earlier this month, we launched our Facing It Together campaign with survivors of domestic abuse sharing their stories to help others. Currently in Emmerdale, Tom has stepped up his controlling behaviour towards his wife, Belle, in recent days, and he continues to isolate her.
I believe in you, Belle. It'll be great. I'm behind you 100%.
Belle, hi, it's me. Yeah, I know, I'm at work too and I've just cut myself. Can you come over now? Yes, it's serious. Hurry, please.
You dragged me over here for that. On my first day with a really important client, and now I've left a terrible first impression thanks to you. I just want to curate a magical day for you both.
Well, I'm very demanding, so, kiss goodbye to your life.
That's not a problem. I don't have one anyway. I'm sorry, Tom. I'm sorry I'm not good enough for you. What do you want me to do?
Try harder. That was an accident. I lashed out, I apologised, and now you're changing the narrative to suit your victim mentality. I try so hard, putting you first every time.
Please, I want you so much. Please don't leave me.
Okay, don't you work too hard now.
So that final scene there was from last night's episode, and that's Tom putting a tracking device on Belle's mobile phone. Now, she is completely unaware, it seems, that Tom is manipulating her. And things often, Brenda, when you watch things like that or you hear a story, you go, oh, how could she not see? Well, why couldn't she not see that he's controlling her, he's isolating her from her family? But when you're in a relationship like that, it's sometimes hard to see the kind of red flags, as people call them now.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, in watching that, I love Emmerdale, and Belle, I love her character. I love the character of Belle because she's always so strong and independent, and she's the one keeping the rest of the Dingles in check, and you know, she's the sensible girl. Yeah, she's got that, and so to see that, it does bring, you know, things back to me of when she's saying, I'm sorry, I'm not good enough for you. That's one of the first things that I thought of, that it was, you know, I've said that I thought it was my fault that I was being treated in this way and that I'd done something wrong. So I've immediately tried to look in myself to better myself, or just not say anything at all, because then you don't.
Well, that's the danger as well, isn't it, Jack?
Yeah.
That women can become silent, because then it's like walking on eggshells. It's like, ooh,
I really hope
if I just don't say anything, I won't upset him, because you never know what you're coming home to.
I know, and definitely in my own experience, there was no warning of any any tantrums or suddenly mood swings, like, out of all proportion. Like, you know, we went to America and we arrived in Miami, and suddenly, out of nowhere, he just announced, I'm going to bed, I've had enough. And well, what have I done wrong? You know. And it's like, I don't know, And then you're creeping round and you're thinking you have done something wrong. And also, I think the more your friends might say to you, you know, it's your choice, but, you know, are you sure about this? It makes it, in my own case, it made it more exciting, because everybody seemed to absolutely loathe him. And they were right.
So they saw something you didn't.
They saw something that I just didn't see. And also, I'd make excuses for him. That's it. You know, you start apologising, say, oh, he's only young, or he's, you know, you're also been my friends for years, he just feels a bit out of place. And so what you do is you cover up the fact that this person is basically rude, abusive, controlling, and in your mind, you just feel a bit of ashamed about your choice.
How long did it take you to realise what was going on?
I think probably before, well, it's hard to say. It was very, very hard for me to admit that I made such a terrible mistake. And even to this day, I can't hardly talk about it, because it was just such an embarrassing thing. Even though everybody on this show has said to me, don't say it's your fault, don't say you're embarrassed, you know. But that's how I feel about it. I mean,
you can't help how you feel. And what about you, Brenda? How long before you realised?
You know, as Janet says, I feel quite silly, because I did see signs. There were, you know, punching walls and putting holes in my walls and in my doors. I should have known, but because I was already kind of invested, I was like, well, that's just something that I've done to
again, like
trigger
Janet.
that.
Yeah,
and so
well,
I'll try not to do that.
You're standing
again.
in your own house and someone smashed up the light fittings and is about to destroy a really expensive piece of furniture, and you just think, I must have done something to trigger this off, and you try and replay it in your head.
Bonkers, yeah.
But you're an Emmerdale fan, I know. I think this is where soaps are fantastic. I mean, I like soaps anyway. But to highlight these kind of situations, and they've done it with all sorts of issues that people have. And I think if there is just one person, and not just women, you know, it happens to men as well.
Yeah.
If there's just one person watching Emmerdale and suddenly recognising the red flags, as we say, because I'm sure it's not just one, is it? You have something
They
happening.
do this thing, they say, you're going out. They go, why are you going out? I'm going to see my friends, the friends I knew before you. I'm in touch, go and see them. What time will you be back? Right, so you say, and then they go, shall I come and collect you? That, to me, is, shall I come and collect you, is a warning sign.
But often it's done, and I've interviewed over the years many women who are victims of coercive control and domestic abuse.
Yeah.
They say in the early stages, often they do it as if they can't bear to be without you.
Yes.
So they go, oh, I hate it when you go out because I miss you so much and I just love it and it was just you and me. And, oh, let me come and get you, pick you up, because I hate the thought of you being in a taxi on your own. And often that can be very endearing, can't it? And very flattering. That you think, oh, he just loves me so much.
Yes.
Well, listen, well done, Emmerdale. That storyline obviously is continuing. Don't forget about our campaign, Facing It Together, details of that, and information on places to go if you need help or support. We always say you're not on your own. So if there's anything we've discussed today, anything you've seen there on Emmerdale, anything about our campaign, Facing It Together, please reach out. You're not alone. All that advice is on our website, itv.com/loosewomen.